Officers in most of the European armies in the 18th century still wore distinctive symbols of rank, some of which reached back to the Middle Ages. In particular, the decoration known as the Gorget or Gorget that was worn by most officers in European armies. We have a French and a British example here from the period of the American Revolution. Now, this was a sort of vestigial piece of armor, actually. In the Middle Ages, knights wore closed helmets that rested on their shoulders on a back and a breastplate that protected the neck, or the gorge area in French, hence the name Gorget. That piece of armor that would have protected the neck and the chest area eventually, by the 18th century, becomes the gorget. These were made often of base metals that were plated, either gilded or silver plated, or sometimes of solid precious metal like silver. This example here on my left is really one of the finest examples of a British officer's gorget of the American Revolutionary War period. It has the touch marks and the date stamps on the back, which tell us that it was made in the winter sometime in 1775-76. And it's marked here up on the branches LX, which of course is the Latin letters for 60th, and regiment, so the 60th Regiment, which was a very interesting and important regiment in the British Army. This was known as the Royal American Regiment. It was the largest British regiment in the 18th century, 4,000 men, originally raised in the colonies during the French and Indian War, and was a regiment that a young George Washington in his 20s actually tried to secure a commission in. So how different history might have been had the young George Washington become a British officer and in 1775 had been serving with the American, against the American forces in the American Revolution. On my right, a French example, which just again shows some of the diversity of forms, again points out what a beautiful example of Rococo artwork these gorgets can be, with the applied silver arms, royal arms of France, again worn around the neck by a French officer at the time of the American Revolution.